the cigar that I smoked. It was the Rocky Patel DBS Robusto.
This is one of the
I've
newer
been
eyeballing that
Rockies.
thing.
All right,
That
so
thing's expensive.
it is. The Rocky Patel DBS line, which was released late last year, has been described as a next-level cigar, for whatever that means. I mean, that can be a pretty tough thing to live up to.
It's beautiful,
if you think about it. Yeah. But Rocky's been doing some great blending work these days, so I was very curious to see how this one would smoke. DBS stands for Double Broadleaf Selection. The blend uses Honduran and Nicaraguan broadleaf filler, rolled inside a double binder, one of which is Nicaraguan, and the other is a USA Pennsylvania broadleaf. It's all wrapped in a chocolate brown Mexican San Andres wrapper and dressed in what may be one of the most majestic combination of cigar bands I've ever seen. I mean,
And he's got some pretty cigars.
Oh, I know.
But this one is really...
He's got the edge, which has no band on it or a band at the foot.
It's very austere looking.
Right, all the way to this, which is honestly, it's one of the nicest cigar band presentations
But
I've
remember
ever
how
seen.
pretty the 20th anniversary
absolutely,
and the 15th even was very,
Yes,
very pretty.
Absolutely. A lot of the stuff he's come out with has gotten more and more elaborate in terms of the packaging.
Yeah.
But what he's done, though, is he's kept the quality of the cigars high enough that it never felt gimmicky.
Right.
You know, they never
Right.
felt like, oh, it's just the packaging. It's not really the
Right.
cigar. So anyway, this cigar is not a fat Robusto. It's a 5.5 by 50, but it's really gorgeous. It smells great. Chocolate and leather on the pre-light sniff as well as on the cold draw. I used a punch and I lit the DBS expecting a powerful Nicaraguan pepper blast based on all of this powerful tobacco that's in here that is rolled with. And I didn't really get one. There was a little kick, but more of a Nicaraguan pepper suggestion than a blast. But that's not to say there wasn't flavor right off the bat. Because
Not a Nicaraguan pepper waft.
Yeah, a waft. I couldn't remember the word we used last week.
NPW, yes.
NPW. I'll remember that next time. But it's not to say there wasn't flavor right off the bat, because there was a deep chocolate, almost like a chocolate brownie sort of a vibe, was the first note that I got, followed by earth and black pepper. Nice quantity of smoke and excellent burn from the very beginning. By the second third, nutmeg joined the band. It wanted to play bass, but that spot was taken by the deep chocolate, so it got to play the tambourine.
Oh, all right. Auxiliary percussion's good.
Sorry if that was confusing. I was trying to do one of Ian's really creative reviews, and it just didn't really work, did it? You know, didn't really work. Anyway, pepper, nutmeg, espresso, and chocolate, all very savory and very rich, with the pepper leaving a wonderful tang on the tongue and a really nice finish. Retrohale was pepper and leather, construction still spot on. The final third was mostly the same, but I was loving it, so I really didn't mind that it didn't change up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The chocolate note was somehow creamy, while the pepper and the nutmeg kept it savory at all times. Nice loamy earthiness, maybe a little less of the espresso than in the second third. Overall, the construction on this cigar was really great. Burn line was super straight. The draw and the smoke output were perfect. I've been a bit concerned because I'd watched a video of a guy's review on YouTube, and in his review, he was frustrated with the draw on his DBS. It was too tight, and he even pulled a couple of stems out of his cigar to try to get it to fix the draw. But that couldn't have been any further from my experience. In fact, the DBS was probably the best constructed cigar I've had in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really fantastic in terms of how well it smoked. Absolutely zero complaints in that department. I really only have one complaint, actually, about the DBS Robusto, and that's the price.
That's big.
When your Robusto is $19, you know you have entered most definitely the super, super premium tier. But the thing is, the DBS smoked like a super premium. It really did. The flavor notes were excellent. I found myself looking forward to the next puff. You know what I mean?
Nice.
It wasn't just, I'm enjoying smoking the cigar. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to do that again. It was that, almost like a Doritos effect going on with the cigar. And I was a little bummed when I burned it down far enough that I had to let it go, as you'll see in this picture over here. So I'm going to recommend the cigar. Rocky's done it again. And I'm going to give it a 5 on the price to quality scale, even at $19. But I will say this. I recommend maybe getting a size other than the Robusto. I think that the Toro is only about $3 more, and it seems like $21 for a longer smoke would be a better deal.
How long did you?
overall.
How long was your experience?
It was not quite an hour.
Okay.
So, and that's kind of what it looked like. Once the bands are off of it, and you can see it's not a large cigar.
Right.
And whereas some like fatter Robustos or like the nub cigars or the E. Grillo Inch have a tendency to smoke a lot slower than you're expecting. This one went
It
pretty
smoked
fast.
reasonably fast.
But that said, I enjoyed every single minute of it. So I'd still pay $19 again.
That's awesome.
one
For
of
those of
these.
you just joining us, our price to quality scale is a scale from 1 to 10, but
Right.
at 5 you get the center point. You get the exactly what you paid for, kind of thing, and that's tough when you're talking about something that costs more than say $12, especially.
Sure.
When you're spending $19 to $20 on a cigar, it needs to be that good. You know?
Absolutely.
I mean, because your expectations are high, you know.
100%.
So 5 is a nice review on that.
5 is a very good rating at $19. Very good.